Yeah, it certainly is. Jim, we want to tell you about a tornado emergency now for Sumter County, including Geiger and Panola. That storm expected to be in Tuscaloosa at about 4:45.
Here is, did I go to the right one? Yes, there is the Tuscaloosa in the upper right corner. So a pair of storms rotating very strongly, one going to go just to the south of Aliceville and just to the northwest of Union, the other over in Mississippi just to the northeast of DeKalb. And so the Panola storm is one of these. This is one of the storms that has the tornado emergency. Very strong rotation
and again,
showing up on these.
And again, we're talking about 4:45 for Tuscaloosa or thereabouts for those.
Yeah, let me zoom out just a little bit so we can still see Birmingham. The storms, here is Birmingham, and so we have a pair of storms there that are rolling toward the Tuscaloosa area. One is just to the south of Aliceville, the other just coming into Alabama that will head toward the Moundsville, the Tuscaloosa area. These will be the ones that will come toward the Birmingham area. So yes, indeed, Jeff, you're in the line of fire for storms coming first toward Tuscaloosa and then coming toward Birmingham. It too has a debris ball on that. And then the next storm down, it is heading toward Tuscaloosa, a very well-defined tornado heading generally toward Tuscaloosa and the Moundville area. So dangerous storms, Carl, many places.
That's right. A very serious day here as many long-track tornadoes have developed. We're going to have much more on this dangerous severe weather situation coming up in just a moment. Stay with us.
Of course, we have our Latin coverage out in the elements. We have our people stationed in different areas. Let's go to Jeff Morrow. He's in the Birmingham area where storms are just to the west of Birmingham right now. Jeff, can you see the ominous clouds building overhead?
Boy, I'll tell you, Vivian, it is ominous is definitely the word here. You can see Birmingham behind me. I don't know if you can see how fast the clouds, the low gray clouds, are moving from the left-hand part of the screen to the right-hand part of the screen, but they're zipping along here. We've had some pretty high wind gusts up here. I would say gusting to about 30 miles an hour occasionally. You know, I have to hold on to my hat almost like we're in a little bit of a tropical storm or hurricane. We even had a tree snap off not too far away from us, and we even haven't had the big thunderstorms coming yet. But I got to tell you, that one big storm you mentioned is just off to our west. We think that one will move by, and we'll probably be able to show it to you as it goes by here in the next 45 minutes or so. But the ones we're really concerned about are off to our southwest. Those will move through Tuscaloosa, and they'll head up our way probably within the next hour or so. Those all have tornado warnings on them. Let's go to Greg Forbes. And Greg, again, that one near or north of Tuscaloosa, that's a pretty impressive storm right now.
Yeah, and there's one that is coming right toward Tuscaloosa, a pair of very, very dangerous supercell thunderstorms. Take a look here. This one up to about 8 miles east of Barry now with a tornado on it, debris ball. Jeff is in Birmingham, but coming toward Jeff, we have a tornado reported with this one near Gina. That's near the Union area. That one is about 20 minutes away from Tuscaloosa, so that means then that it's less than an hour away from Birmingham, Alabama. Dangerous storms there. Than an hour away from Birmingham, Alabama. Dangerous storms there. A very, very dangerous storm. Just one of dozens of tornadoes that have been confirmed. I've never seen on any one day so many debris balls. I think I've seen more today, the signatures of tornadoes casting up debris, than I have in the entirety of my career here at the Weather Channel.
Guys, we just got a report of a large wedge tornado heading for Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We're going to take a look at that on radar in just a moment. And Greg, we've been talking about the fact that this is going to end up being one of the worst tornado outbreaks in history.
Yeah, certainly in terms of largeness, let's hope that it doesn't wind up being very deadly, but certainly the kind of tornadoes we're getting today, these long-tracked, violent tornadoes, we need people to be seeking shelter as soon as they get the warning, because the storms are moving 50, 55, even faster miles per hour. We've given a Torcon today, the first time in the history of the Tornado Condition Index of a 10 for northern parts of Alabama. It's pretty much guaranteed there's going to be a tornado within 50 miles of you if you're in the northern half of the state. In fact, there already have been, at this point, tornadoes within 50 miles of most locations.
And Greg, the key to all of this is the fact that we've got such wind in the upper atmosphere, yes?
Yeah, we have pretty strong low-level winds and then a very fast jet stream aloft. Upper low is fanning that off because of the counterclockwise winds around that low. Jet stream just blasts in. It's well over 100 miles per hour up at the altitude where the jet aircraft fly, and it's tapping a lot of warm, moist air. And it fans apart. It's just not a straight jet stream. It pulls apart. If you do that in the top of the bath water, you'll have water rise, and you do that in the atmosphere up aloft, and air rises, and that's triggering these green top thunderstorms that are just blasting their way east. You combine those triggering ingredients with the low-level forcing, you can see the thunderstorms just exploding here in the warm, moist air feeding in off the Gulf of Mexico. Then we have tornado emergencies for some of the other areas. There's been a large tornado reported heading toward the Tuscaloosa area, a wedge tornado. It's near Mantua. Should be within 10 to 15 miles now of the Tuscaloosa area.
We have particularly dangerous situation watches out for portions of Mississippi, Alabama, up through middle and eastern Tennessee tonight. Stay safe.